regarding establishing justice. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala establishes justice. What does this mean? Who will tell me? What do we mean by? Yes, Seth, go ahead. Yes, Umar, go ahead.
Allah SWT establishes justice means that Allah is the only one who does proper and like the most what can you say it, like the most efficient justice.
Yes.
And he will be the judge in the day of resurrection, Yawm al-Qiyamah.
Excellent. Excellent answer, Umar. Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, Ahmed, go ahead.
So one of Allah's 99 names is Adil, which means the most just. So Allah establishes justice like in Surah Al-Tariq, it says that the hypocrites planned a plan, but He is the planner of planners.
Yes, he's the best.
I don't know how to explain more. Yeah.
Excellent answer, Ahmed, as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will establish justice, and he establishes justice as well. He's the best of planners. He knows what's happening. And we learned earlier as well that he's all wise. He has power over everything. And he's the one who also establishes justice, and he likes establishing justice. And if you look at it, Islam, the religion of Islam is also about justice. We will read this in the next ayah. I want you guys now to note a point and think with me a little bit. So both the answers, thank you so much, Umar and Ahmed, they were right. And let's think one more thing. So if you look at this icon in front of you, this icon is generally used for justice. So you will see this in different courts, outside of courts, wherever we talk about justice. If you search Google justice icon, you will probably find this icon, right? This shows a weighing balance. And a weighing balance means in old times, these days they have digital weighing scales, but if people were giving goods, they would say, okay, you want 1 kilo of vegetable, they will put like a weight on one side and they will balance the goods, and ideally it should be equal, and they will sell you, even in some cases. So there are now electrical balances and different balances. But the point here is it's a scale that shows that both sides ideally should be equal. So even in a court of justice, when we talk about the judges who are passing verdicts, they should not tilt towards someone. They should try to be impartial. They should be fair to both the parties that they are deciding. So the point is that there should be a balance. There should not be unfair treatment. Okay, if I like this person, or if he's my relative, then I will be, biased towards them, or I will try to favor them. That is not justice. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala establishes justice amongst all his people. And similarly, in this world, we have also been asked to establish justice, and that is the primary message of Islam for the society. Now, this is balance, right? So balance equates also justice. Now, if we look at around us, there is balance as well. There is balance of night and day. So the sun comes out, and then, the sun goes down, and then there is night, and there is like a time that is divided between them. And this is happening. Who's creating this balance in this world between the night and the day? Obviously, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's not like any one of the governments, or there's a president of the US or any other country, president or a prime minister or a NASA department who are now, pushing a button, and then the sun comes up and the night, and, this happens. No, it doesn't happen. So the balance in this world of day and night, or even if you look at the water and the ecosystem that is around us, and the water cycle that is there, the way there is balance of air. So, we are breathing in oxygen while plants are breathing in carbon dioxide and all of these things. So the composition of air itself, it's amazing. Who's creating this balance? The balance between land and water out of this world. How much is land? How much is water? Who's creating this balance? All of this balance, if you look at it, if you zoom out of the world, and if you look at the environment, this balance is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even non-believers say, by the way, it's nature. So all the physicians, the biologists, those who study chemistry, the scientists, at certain point in time, they say, okay, this is Mother Nature. So who's Mother Nature? This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, this is our belief. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala establishes justice, just like Omar and Ahmed both said rightly that he will make sure everybody gets compensated of what they did good or bad on the day of judgment. The sign for us to believe in day of judgment, right, is the balance that we see in this world on night and day, of the air, of the water, of everything, of the living things, of the sunlight for the plants. The distance between the sun and the earth, it's amazing. If sun comes closer, all of us will be burnt. If sun is far and the right distance, we all benefit from sunlight. We produce, I don't know, in our bodies produce vitamin D, plants do photosynthesis and they create their own food. All the life is sustained by the sunlight from the sun. So this is a balance. And we know the earth and the sun and all the planets are rotating around it, the moon, all of this balance is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you notice and if you acknowledge, even science acknowledges this balance that is there, that is in front of our eyes in the world and the universe, then you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also establish justice. And we also know and we should believe that there will be a judgment day that is coming, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this balance. He's saying, and we know this from the Holy Quran, that he's the one who will establish justice, who establishes justice. And he's also saying he's the one who will bring a day of judgment. On that day, justice will be established. So today, if a person kills 100 people, you cannot hang him 100 times, because if you hang him once, he will die. So what about the other 99 people that he killed? How will you compensate them? How will you serve true justice? He gave pain to 100 people. How will we give him pain 100 times? You can only give him death once. So this balance will happen on the day of judgment. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gives lives, who takes lives. So he is the only one who will be able to establish that in the judgment day. And if we look at the signs around us, the things around us, the way they are working in balance, we should also believe that there will be a judgment day that is coming, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will strike balance amongst all people who did good or bad. Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir, there was a com that used to do when someone would buy some wheat, they would want 1 kg and then they would put the extra weight and take extra money. And so Allah Ta'ala, in the Quran, Allah Ta'ala told about that com. And so Allah Ta'ala destroyed that com for being unjust and doing bad
Correct.
things to people.
Yes, excellent point, Umar. Definitely. So basically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to establish justice in this world, and Islam is also equated to justice. And you will see it in the very next ayah. So let's look at the next ayah.